Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff for organizations for more than 40 years. I read an article recently with some great advice for hiring tech people. And the short version is the traditional model for hiring doesn't work. Statistically, Google's examined their hiring process. Here's going to be a shock for some of you. There's no correlation between school a person went to, their GPA, anything along those lines, any of the standardized testing, and a successful hire that they make. Catch that one. No correlation between their GPA, school they went to, standardized testing, and their success with Google. Pretty shocking for many of you. So there's some organizations like Google that have come up with an alternative model, and they're finding it's far more successful with hiring people. Excuse me if I refer to some notes along the way. I just want to make sure I catch all the points. But the long and the short of it is, most of you, when you're doing your interviewing, when you're reading resumes, you're looking for pretty standard stuff, and the model doesn't work. It's infected with a bias that basically says if this person went to an Ivy League school or a top school in some nation and they got great grades, they're going to be a great hire. And if you stop for a second and review your own statistics about it, how many of these people actually turned into great hires? How many of them wound up failing, leaving in short order, doing mediocre work, but they were branded because they went to this great school? So here's an alternative model, and an alternative model for interviewing and screening people. Number one is, if you see a resume that looks vaguely interesting, give the person a brief, simple, technical interview. Nothing complicated. You don't want to, try and blow them out of the water in the first interview, but you want them to do something really, really trivial in the way of a coding task. A program that can count for you. It makes no difference what it is. Just something relatively trivial. Do it online so you don't have to drag them in for an in-person interview. See how long it takes them to do it. Make sure your system is going to be able to clock how long it took them to do this homework assignment. Number two is talk with them in person. Now, if they're out of town, set up a phone interview with them. But do a phone interview and get a feel for what they've done. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick check. The tools that they use, the technical problems they faced, what their issues are at their current firm, their pet peeves, stuff along those lines. So you have a chance to get an idea of what they've actually accomplished in their work and how they went about doing it. Discuss past projects with them, how they got them done, the decisions they made en route. If they have some code on GitHub, have them walk you through it. Get an idea for any sort of open source projects that they've done. The suggestion is don't hire anyone who's never accomplished anything. My personal bias is if they aren't doing some work on the side because they're challenged, they're nothing special. They're just another drone that you can have working on anything. You want to hire or look at hiring exceptional people. These are people that put in extra effort and do extra things. Next, you look for a cultural fit, but you don't do so to the degree to which you're trying to hire clones of everyone. Because what happens is, they become pals. It's like being in the White House and everyone's a yes man. Well, everyone starts having the same attitudes about everything. You want some conflicting people, but you want to make sure that everyone can work with one another. Finally, and this is the best part of it, you want to give them some version of an audition. Give them a project to work on, nothing particularly big, but a real project, and pay them for it. Legitimately have them do some work for you and see what they turn out. Tell them they're being auditioned for the role. Give them a timeline that's suitable for you. And if they don't do it, fine. It's no big whoop. If they want to work for you, they'll do the audition. You'll pay them for it. Whatever they do will be actually used. So after that, you have to make a decision. You may have 2 or 3 people you're considering. You're going to make a decision about the best fit for you. But ultimately, to me, this is a much stronger approach to hiring tech talent than what's being used by most firms now. So this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, click the like button that's down below and let people know that you found this helpful. You can subscribe to my channel on YouTube, The Big Game Hunter TV. That's all one word, The Big Game Hunter TV on YouTube. And you get notices of all my videos as they become available. I do videos about job hunting, about hiring, business development for business owners, and another category called art, which is 6-second videos that I find interesting. You can, if you go to my website, which is thebiggamehunter.net, you can subscribe to my e-zine, which is called No BS Hiring Advice. I publish it monthly with advice for HR professionals, business owners, and hiring managers to help you make better staffing decisions. Finally, are you trying to hire someone, or do you need some help trying to hire someone? Send me an email at the address below. Let me know when and where to contact you. I'd love to help you do some staffing. This is Jeff Altman. Hope you have a great day. Take care.